Morning musings from the tiny little studio on this tiny little Greek island. And today I am again with the whole tech thing and talking with people, watching how things are unfolding in this experience of me being an artist, me being fine in front of the camera and doing these YouTube videos and uploading and being the creator, and trying to balance myself with the other side of this online push that I am doing, and failing and coming back and learning and stumbling and failing again and coming back and trying again and learning and stumbling. And each time you get to the failing place, there is a good morning, Corby. Good morning. So nice to have you here. And every time that I come to a place of stumbling and failing and learning, it is this continual path along the circle, or perhaps it is a spiral instead of a circle, where we come up and we get some sunlight, we see what's going on, we're like, yeah, I got it. And then you go to the next one and you're down at the bottom in the dark, stumbling around, not knowing where you're going or what you're doing, or if what you're doing is in fact okay. And then you come up again and things happen and you just are spiraling and learning and spiraling and failing and learning and spiraling and failing again. And what is it about this whole failure thing that scares us so much? I mean, why are we so afraid of messing up, of failing, of things not working out? What is it about our mindset, about maybe it's our survival mechanisms that terrify us if we are going to try something and it's not going to work out and it's a total catastrophe, let's say? The worst thing that happens is that you go through that and you choose not to take the lessons from it, or you decide not to learn from it. I think that would be the worst thing. In regular circumstances, I will put a disclaimer in there, a border or a boundary around that. I cannot speak for anything beyond what my experience has given me in this lifetime. Hello there. Hello, thank you. And so it is this idea of adjusting perhaps the whole idea of failure and taking the context out of it, this negative idea that seems to be very, very strong in the West. We seem to have that, especially in the States, this idea of failure, and that you have really messed up if something didn't go the way you planned or the way you wanted it to. Time to be failing, just it's baby steps of progression. Well, that is, Corby, exactly what it is. It's baby steps of progression, and each step that you take opens up the next possibility. So in that sense, I don't see failure as failing. It is, in fact, the stumbling and falling down from those baby steps, let's say, and understanding what happened, why you fell down, and getting back up and moving again and getting better at walking. And, it's funny because I teach this in my courses online about these baby steps. It is what I talk about. And building this foundation of painting, that building a basis for learning how to run and dance and play with your artwork. You have to learn how to walk first, and learning how to walk takes some very basic steps. Just some very, very basic things that anybody can learn, anybody, and you can then take it and move out and expand and begin to embrace your creativity in this life, in this world, in the way that works for you, that is beautiful for you. And that is what I teach. So in the same way, I can take my own lessons and put them to use in this tech struggle, and trying to put everything in perspective, and perhaps opening a door to a new perspective, something that I hadn't thought about, or something that I have never tried before. I know it's there, but I just haven't tried it. And I was listening to Mel Robbins. I love Mel Robbins. I think she's a very practical, down to earth, good woman to listen to. And she had on Steven Bartlett, who has another great podcast called Diary of a CEO. And this man is really, really incredible. I really highly suggest listening to this podcast, her recent one. It's episode number 145, called The 51% Rule and 3 More Strategies to Think Like a Millionaire. And it is a podcast with Steven Bartlett. And it is really wonderful. And the thing that I really loved about this podcast was the clarity and the understanding that if you are 51% sure, or you have the information that you have gathered, that you're 51% sure, go for it. Just go for it. If the opportunity has come up, go for it. And you will never know, no matter how much research you do, no matter how many people you talk to, if it will in fact be a successful decision that you make or one that fails. Either way, you're going to come out more successful, more in tune with who you are and that vibration of moving forward. Because especially in the business sense, to move forward is, I think, more important than sitting back in your little tiny studio and crunching all the different possibilities and all the, should I go this way? Should I go that way? And definitely do not listen to other people. That you need to come in and talk with you. What are you saying about this potential idea? How is it sitting with you? What are your prejudices or discriminations against moving on this path rather than this path? And all of those things, first of all, when you clear out the space and declutter what's going on in here, inside your tiny little studio, in your painting practice, in your creative practice, whatever that may be, the more you clear out the junk that sits in our minds, the more you're able to hear you. So I truly, truly, truly support these ideas because it has been my own experience. I just had this, just go with it, Vita. Go with it. Good enough. Doesn't have to be 80%. Go with the 51%. It's good enough. And see what happens. Take a risk. Go ahead and fall. Go ahead and fail. And you will come out the other side. So that's what I've got on today's morning musings in my studio. I'm going to push forward with some ideas and maybe this new door that I'm thinking about that has come to me that is somewhat frightening, but it's probably in my 51%. So I'll think about it, see, and maybe move forward with that. So with that, I'm wishing you all a beautiful, beautiful day today, a lovely weekend, and take some time to open up and center yourself and create the space so that you may be inspired, you may be creative, so that you can be fully you. Have a beautiful day, everyone.